Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgos out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. As we hit the zodiacal new year, it is Aries season. Lots happening in the sky. What do we got for Virgo here? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Virgo collective. Please, my gods, what messages, energies, anything you want to let us know about. Let's see what's happening. Okay, deck is being very, very specific. Now, for those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. That's why I do these little shuffles. So what do we got? All right, there it is. Okay, lots of mental action. I've been seeing this with all the earth signs this week. There's like a much more water sign type of energy attached to you. For some reason, there's like a lot of thinking. Okay, now I often get overthinking or a lot of daydreaming with water signs and air signs. Every sign gets it from time to time, but it's coming through very heavy for earth signs in early April. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card in specific, because I always say it's a beautiful piece of imagery. We see these two images. They're little ballerina clowns. One is down here. She's having a little snooze, taking a nap. The other one is up on the tightrope. I always mention that they are one and the same. This one down here is daydreaming about doing this. So for a portion of you, maybe you're in future focus mode, right? Maybe you're just thinking about what you got coming down the pipeline, goals, ambitions, what you want to do, where you want to go. Cool. But for another portion of you, you just might be thinking a lot. Okay. So whether it's about a specific person that you have on the mind or a specific situation, it's like head in the clouds, head in the clouds. And I'm not really used to that too often with earth signs, right? Usually the earth sign, it's a very grounded energy. Now, if this isn't you, if you're not daydreaming more than you normally do, this could just represent someone that has you on the mind. There's like a lot of mental focus, a lot of mental action with this card. So we're just going to put it down right here. She could keep daydreaming. Okay, and we're going to get down to this reading. And yeah, I always say the first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. What do we got here for the lovely Virgo collective? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. My friends, it was titled Karma Gets Served. And I will mention, out of the last 3 weeks, 2 of the readings had extremely strong karmic archetypes attached to it. So for a lot of you, it could be a huge time of transformation. Okay, so whether it's in regards to work, personal relationships, spirituality, even within yourself, there was just this huge karmic energy attached, and that usually moves through pretty slowly. Okay, so we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. And but that karmic energy was in the mix. So let's get you 3 to start. What do we got for Virgo, please? What do we got? Okay. So 7s too. That's another thing I've been seeing with the earth signs, like repeating 7s. So I'm even going to say it, even though we only have 1 card out for you, like watch for the repeating number signs for a lot of you. And it doesn't just have to be 7s. It could be the 111s, 222s, 333s, all that stuff. Okay, we got the Knight of Cups in position number 2, Mr. Prince Charming himself. Yeah, we're going to have to see what he's about. Just trying to get those lined up. Let's get one more. We'll really piece this together. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, 8 of Pentacles. So we have a little bit of everything this week, Virgo, and that is totally cool. I like readings that have multiple messages for us to really take a gander at. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. But at first look, first glance, as I mentioned, I feel like we have a bit of everything happening here. Now, we have 3 separate elements. We have fire, we have water, we have Earth. There is a big focus on the outer world, even though we have this watery, daydreamy type of energy as well. There is some sort of focus about the material world itself. I see that with the two end cards, because I think of them as like outer world expression. So you might be gearing up for something, getting ready to do something. Like I'm getting like the revving of the engines here intuitively, and we didn't even fully start yet. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number 1, we have the 7 of Wands. Now this can be an extremely good energy, but it can also be challenging. To me, this is like a coin flip. So when we're seeing this fiery, determined energy, now we have a card that's like earthly abundance, then we have emotion. There's like so many different things that your energy could be split between in this time, or your focus. The thing I love about the 7 of Wands is that it is just super determined. It's like, I'm going to keep fighting. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get through this, super determined and motivated. That's why I said I'm getting like this engine revving. Like, so you might be preparing yourself for something. Like if you know a task is going to be difficult or something is going to be difficult, I feel like you getting yourself ready for some reason, like preparing yourself mentally and even energetically with this card. But a challenge of this 7 of Wands, it can be combative. I often see it when Spirit is throwing tests our way, like problems, tough situations, stuff like that. So there might be some unsavory situations attached to this. It could also represent feeling cornered, feeling trapped, feeling imprisoned in one way or another. So it could be either really good or really rough. It all depends on what clarifies it, that's for sure. Now, I will say this, I see this energy as like me against the world a lot as well. So for some of you, you just might be in that mindset. It's like, okay, well, I'll do what I got to do. It's me against the world. Now, moving to the center, we have a much softer type of energy. That's why I'm saying we have a mix of everything, because each of these are distinctly different. Now, the Knight of Cups, this is a good energy on its face value. It often shows up in romantic readings, emotional readings, stuff like that. You might just be connected to a water sign. Maybe there are matters of the heart that you're going through right now, matters of emotion, matters of feeling. Now, this is a silky, smooth talking, Prince Charming type of individual that you might be connected to when the Knight of Cups is here. All Knights represent communication, and they also represent forward action and forward progress. So this can be really good, especially with what we have lined up, because all of these cards do indicate some sort of action. So I like that. It does represent change. What's a challenge of the Knight of Cups? It could represent someone who's going through a tough emotional time. It's also very daydreamy, lost in the clouds type of energy. In its worst case scenario, it could be someone, if they're not experiencing tough emotions or tough romantic things, it could be even emotional manipulation. But we're not going to fully go that route, because when I see the Knight of Cups, I think of love. It's a beautiful, soft, positive energy, and I'm not going to turn it into a negative unless we really get some cards that are going to clue us into that. Now, on to the back end, we have one of my favorites. We have the 8 of Pentacles. For a large portion of you, this could just represent your work situation, your business situation, what you do to earn a living. This is an extremely dedicated type of energy as well. So it's like, I want to work on this. I want to put energy into this. There's something that you could be, once again, revving up the engines for, getting the motivation going. It's like, okay, I'll fix this, or I need to work on this. It's just extremely dedicated. It's artisanal. It's creative. So I do get a lot of creative juices flowing for a big portion of you, which is really nice. But there's an expenditure of effort with this card. So hopefully it's going to a fruitful thing. Once again, this could just represent like work situations, money situations for you. In its challenge, this could represent somebody that works a little too much, or somebody that's working on something that, and they're not getting results possibly, but it all really depends on what comes out next. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here, my friends. What do we got here for my Virgos, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 7 of Wands. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, 7 of Wands. Hopefully this is a good thing here. There's like a lot of effort. Like I said, there's a lot of effort preparing, getting ready to do something. Temperance, okay. Not quite yet. That's a vibe I'm getting here with Temperance underneath the 7 of Wands. Now I'm getting a double message here for some of you, so just take whichever one hits. Now, a portion of you, actually a triple message, and I'll give them in order. So first off, this could be spiritual protection. If you are going through a difficult time right now, a trying time, a frustrating time, just know you got your guides, spirit team, angels, ancestors around you, kind of insulating you. This is beautiful spiritual protection I have here right on the front end with temperance. Another message that this could represent is like, yeah, you might be getting ready, but the time just isn't there quite yet. It's like, okay, I'm getting ready to do this, but I'm not quite there just yet. So there could be certain things you're going through where it's like, all right, almost, soon, not now. That's just giving me that vibe. But when I get temperance under the 7 of Wands, there could be some of you that are going through some problems and tough situations, for sure. Now, this is a card of patience. It connects to the Sagittarius collective. And when I see temperance, I think of a time of inner alchemy. I think of creation, but it's something that's at a pause. So for a portion of you, there could be a situation you're going through, whether it's a tough situation or a problem that you're experiencing or someone you're connected to is experiencing, where on the surface it might not seem like progress is being made, where it's like, where's the progress? I don't see the progress. In reality, I feel it in the air. It just, something might appear like it's not moving or that there has been no progress. Okay, so I know that was a lot of messages for one alignment. Only take what hits for you. Once again, for some of you, this could just be beautiful spiritual protection, but if you are going through a difficult time, know that you do have energetic assistance around you. And yeah, this could be a tough situation or something. Let's keep moving. Or you're experiencing delays, because it's just giving me that vibe. Like, yeah, I get the revving of the engines. Like, I'm getting ready to do something. But it's like, not quite yet. Almost, not quite yet. So watch for being impatient in this time as well. You might lose your patience. Let's keep moving over to the Knight of Cups. Let's see why the Knight of Cups is here. I don't want to over talk it, because if I start giving too many messages and people get confused, and I do not like that. Okay, yeah, this could be some sort of surprising offer or conversation talk that you might have. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this could represent you. I mean, you are an earth sign. The fact that it's in reverse, these are yin-yang type of energies to me. So when I see the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, I think of slow, not moving. So the main messages I just gave you intuitively, I still do feel like there could be an emotional offer coming in, or a surprising one, or once again, a surprising or unexpected conversation that pops in out of nowhere when we get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, because that could represent you being caught off guard a little bit by this individual possibly opening up or their point of view. So keep that in mind. I feel like this could be a really big energy, but there's a lot of potential that can come from this. That's one thing I'm saying. With the Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, even though they are opposite ends of a spectrum, elementally, these energies mesh. These energies really do work well. So I do feel something coming in pretty hot and heavy. I feel like it's a good thing, though, for a lot of you, okay? Especially if there has something that's been delayed. Now, aside from those messages I already gave, with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel things starting to move, things starting to improve. So if you have been frustrated by anything or anyone in particular in this time, that situation could start improving and getting better. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Let's keep moving over to that 8 of Pentacles. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So nice, okay? Maybe you are going to have like a nice little chat with someone. That's good. So why is that 8 of Pentacles here? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. What's going on? What's that 8 here? Thank you. Okay. All right, you might want to save up for something. For some of you, if you're not saving for a rainy day, Spirit could be asking you to really start doing that in this time, okay? So don't spend a little too much. For some of you, there could be a big dissatisfaction in either what you do for a living or a workplace scenario in a very big way, okay? For some of you, if you have any like deep-seated inner wounds, now could be a great time to heal those as well. I know that's like a totally different message, but it came through, so I'm giving it to you. If you have like abandonment issues, attachment issues, if you're feeling lonely or missing somebody, now could be a great time to really like heal those energies and work them out. That's a big thing we're picking up. But we have the 5 of Pentacles in the upright underneath this 8 of Pentacles. It's also giving me a vibe of like, all right, well, it doesn't matter how much I work. It's like, why am I still behind? Why, like, what's this problem? Where are the results? That's something I'm picking up. So I'm hoping that a lot of you're not putting a lot of effort into something and not seeing the results of that. So once again, I know these messages, they're coming through rapid fire. Before we get into the recap, once again, this could just be Spirit telling you to save for a rainy day. Once again, there could be dissatisfaction in a work situation or a business situation, or it's just not sitting right with you, or you could heal inner wounds. Okay, you could really heal some inner wounds, attachment issues, and things along those lines. Okay, so let's go through and do a quick recap here, Virgo. I know I've been giving a lot of messages here. Only take what hits. But if you look here in the box, position number 1, we have the 7 of Wands with Temperance in the upright. Now, this could be a bit of a frustrating energy here, where it's like, okay, well, let's get this going, let's get this moving, but it's like not quite yet. So you could be ramping up for a big action or move of some sort for sure. It's just not quite the time. It's getting close though, and we see it here in the spread as well. For another portion of you, if you are going through a difficult time, know that you are insulated and protected by Spirit. Your guides, your spirit team, they're around you, assisting you, even if you don't know it or feel it. But yeah, this does feel like something that could be testing your patience, so a problem or a situation. Moving to the center, we have the Knight of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a talk, a message, conversation that kind of catches you off guard. So whether it's an emotional offer or an unexpected or surprising talk, it's here. Now, I do feel like there could be good results that come from this. Okay, so keep your eyes open for all sorts of fun communications in the coming days and weeks. Okay, someone could just open up to you in a very big way. And with this energy on the bottom, it's like, oh, all right, I didn't see that coming, but I'm not mad at it. On to the back end, we have the 8 of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Save, save, save for a rainy day. Big energy. Could be the dissatisfaction in business. We already talked about it. Good time for healing wounds and all that good stuff. So generally, that's a positive energy on the back end, and there could be something you're really trying to work on and fix and correct. But let's just leave it as is. Let's get into tarot. I mean, you could always rewatch any of the alignments if you'd like. So let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo. Just so many different messages there. Okay? Usually, like with Virgo readings, the energies come through. It's like boom, 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 like quick, straightforward. And I mean, they were straightforward, but it was more. It was more so than I'm normally used to getting. So let's get you one shadow card, my friends. What do we got? Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my channel members. All right, let's get it going here. One shadow card. Okay. This deck is being ultra specific for you. Okay, 7 of Cups, so another repeating 7. Lots of 777s all over the place within all the Earth sign readings. So the 7 of Cups is really good to me. This could either be a couple of things for a portion of you, this daydreamy energy that we picked up way in the beginning. So it's like the bookends of the whole reading do speak about this daydreamy, imaginative type of energy. So you might need to channel that thought-based energy. But a big thing with the 7 of Cups, I feel like this is the menu board of life, that a lot of you could have a lot of options, choices, and paths coming down the pipeline for you that you don't even see quite yet. It's like, all right, well, you got more options than you even think you do, Virgo. This is a beautiful, claimable shadow card. But I would say just try not to overthink. I know that's easier said than done, but with the 7 of Cups in the shadows and what we had in the very beginning, like overthinking isn't going to help any of the situations that you're experiencing right now. Even if you're in a good time or a neutral time, just try to stay away from overanalyzing, overthinking when this card's in the mix. And yeah, Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.